Hey, what's going on, gents? Let's play some more Direct Strike. It's pretty much my go-to. Whenever I have a little bit of a time free, I play some Direct Strike. And we got a pretty solid draft. Starting off with a little bit of a grunts, good front line, decent amount of DPS with some archers and Dryad, so I can't really complain about that. And to be honest, something I was really wanted to try, and apparently Wyverns have been buffed this patch. I was hoping to get some, to be honest, to give those units a shot, but Thunderbirds are pretty good. I also have archers, so they do combine pretty well with hippogriffs, which are also pretty good units whenever they're massed. They can get countered by tanks, but it is what it is. We are starting off at 1778 elo. We've dropped a significant amount last couple of games, to be honest. I've been on an absolutely big losing streak, and honestly, it's been brutal. A lot of ups and downs and teammates that are rushing tier 3, and it's a lot of not so good coordination between the teammates, and we're all you know, but to be honest, I should honestly be playing better. That's the truth, and I'm working towards that. So hopefully we get a solid match today, get a little bit of that elo back, and yeah, I'm excited about this one. You know what, guys? I have an appetite for absolutely controlling middle. And it seems like my opponent did go for a similar pattern. He basically is going to guarantee the fact that he's not going to be going for a hero. So a lot of the higher level players, that usually what they do is they opt for a no hero path for a little bit. And honestly, it's been pretty solid. It has paid quite a bit of dividends, if I'm being honest, because going for a hero can be pretty much countered pretty easily with a lot of units. So usually going for a straight up mass unit and just get a hero later on to really power up that army that you have is usually a pretty good strategy. So I'm being a little bit more tactical with my hero pick and when I'm positioning my units. I've also noticed that going for a second gold mine can be beneficial. So instead of going for like straight up hero and which is the kind of like normal response to the next couple of waves, unfortunately I will have to skip one wave because I've built only grunts. So the only way I would get a hero would be on wave 3, and in order for me to get that, I mean, I could do it, but I rather kind of go and try to get an early cheeky gold mine in there, because I'm anticipating this game to go a little bit distance, right? I want this game to go distance, and if I've ever going to be considering a long game, I think getting that early gold mine could be pretty good. And what's also something to notice is I'm going versus huntresses, and usually grunts are pretty good versus that. They actually counter them pretty well. Oh, this is a rough one though. Yikes. Yeah, this is rough because Lightning Shield completely annihilated my whole build. I could have done fine, but the truth is now my whole army is weakened because my opponent did go for Lightning Shield and Dark Ranger. So this is what I mean. I would have easily won this fight, but let's just say unlucky. That's part of the game. I'm not going to start blaming my teammates. I'm not. I did go for a greed, guys, but you know, yeah, boy is kind of greedy a little bit. So you know what? I could have done it to prevent something like that would be kind of to spread my units a little bit better. It seems like purple is spreading his units a lot. So I kind of can do the same thing to hopefully not take too much damage from the bounce effect. I should consider a couple Dryads, to be honest, because Dryads is going to be good to counteract that exact scenario. Dryads have poison, so it slows attack rate, does damage over time, so I do want to use this to my advantage. So since now I went for 2 gold mines, no hero, it's basically do or die. I really need to win early game or else I'm in big trouble. So I'm going to be probably dropping another grunt and really hoping for the best. All right, here we go. Archers, Dryads, one more grunt, and we got freaking Dispel, which is huge. Everything is being dispelled, right? And we're not taking too much damage on our army. It is pretty well spread. Okay, so we're versus a Keeper, which is actually pretty good because it allows us to dispel these strands no problem. Again, hero, multiple Dryads, this is going to be a tough fight. Since I'm fighting also blue, this is a little bit difficult because everything overlaps. I'm still putting up a decent fight here. Since this guy most likely will have another couple seconds, we'll summon the treants. I should be able to dispel most of them. This is this is like really unlucky for me. Hopefully we get a decent stack. But yeah, this is okay. Not too bad. 2 dreads that will stack, hopefully, is going to be pretty good to help out orange and create that momentum push towards the left side. Hopefully, at least 1 dread for extra damage cannot be bad. So again, sometimes it's RNG. This game is all about RNG. If you get lucky aggro, in that scenario, we got a little bit lucky. We got that extra dread helping yellow out, which I'm really happy about. So now what we're going to be doing, dropping a couple extra units, and we're also going to be saving because we need that hero out on the map as fast as possible. We did skip. Why do I keep talking like this? For fuck's sakes, we skipped 1 wave to hopefully get this big army online. And essentially, this army, since we have a pretty big army, we have a pretty good control of middle. As you saw, I took out blue and I also took out purple's whole army. So this is what I mean about fully going for a lot of units early, which I've seen a lot of the higher level players do, and trying to get that mid control as best as you can, right? With a cheeky little gold mine, and hopefully this pays dividends in the future. The thing is, your teammates kind of need to hold their own. As you see, I'm fighting 2 waves, which is really freaking awkward for me. And now since they're going to be stacking, if I take out blue, I'm happy about this, to be honest. If I take out blue, I'm happy about this. Yeah, that's huge. Okay. And it's not like blue got a decent amount of XP, so it's not too problematic. But yeah, this is already... Purple will have a massive hero advantage. So he will have a little bit more XP than me, but... potentially I will be able to come back. It's going to be a coin flip at this point. All right, let's see. Ooh, Warden. Tinker's actually pretty good. Oh, this is difficult. Do we go BladeMaster? Is there a world where this works? This might be the most stupid pick I would have ever chosen. But to be honest, I've never played BladeMaster. If I'm trying to climb Elo, you probably don't want to try strategies out, to be honest. But BladeMaster, so Warden would have been okay, but versus Huntresses, it's good to hit a nice fan of knives. Yeah, more grunts is definitely the play. I agree. Definitely more grunts would be the play. I have a decent amount of DPS in the back, and I'm considering going for... Yeah, this is unfortunate. I hope this BladeMaster mirror images again. No, it doesn't. So this guy's doing the right thing. So I'm trying to think... So you see, I'm putting up a solid fight since I'm fighting like blue and purple. To be honest, I'm not too like unhappy with my performance. I do need my BladeMasters to stay alive slightly longer. So I might consider getting a couple items on this bad boy. So the thing is, this guy's responding to what I'm doing with Dread of the Claw. Dread of the Claw will have heavy armor, and essentially whenever he reaches tier 3, he should be able to upgrade them to bears, and they will be really tough for me to handle unless I have any sort of magic damage. So he is doing the right thing. I could technically go for necromancers because I haven't seen this guy go for any sort of dispel. I don't know if he has any, to be honest. So I could go for fairy dragons to basically use the mana flare to deal damage to the Druid of Claw whenever they cast Rejuve. Healing wouldn't be a bad idea, or even armor upgrade at this point. I think that's probably my angle at this. I don't see anything else I could really do. Yeah, I think armor is going to be good here. Let's go armor and range. So armor plus 2 armor on all my units. A little bit more range on my archer is going to be very important. So just to have that long range for handling huntresses, which is going to be important because I need to keep my army alive as much as possible. Yeah. BladeMaster keeps putting himself in a really bad position. Yeah. The thing is, just the aggro is kind of awkward for me. And this guy's tier... Oh my god, this guy's tier 3. This is a really rough one. I honestly might have made a mistake with that gold mine, to be honest. I don't see a way for me to... An easy way for me to come back here. No matter what, this is going to be a really freaking rough one. It feels like, yeah, these guys got, essentially, they got a... Do I windwalk? I think crit. Honestly, a crit is probably best, or just crit, or I could go for stats, to be honest. Yeah, this is just unfortunate setup at the moment. If I really am being honest, is there's nothing much we could really do, to be honest. This guy's already at Mountain Giants, no upgrades. Druid of the Claw. I basically need a miracle for me to for us to win here. Archers are basically useless at the moment. This guy transitioned perfectly. The thing is, he basically is... Okay. I mean, let him cook. Yellow carrying. So I think that's not too bad. So possession on the Banshees to take over the bears, the high value targets, I guess is okay. So now the way I see this going is either I go for Frostworms, which I guess wouldn't be too bad. Frostworms directly versus Druid of the Claw. I could go for that. I think that's my only way to play it forward. Either go for Necros. Yeah, either Necros or I go for Frostworms. That's the thing with this game is sometimes waves get overlapped in an awkward way. So now what I've noticed is something that I could exploit would be the obvious fact that this guy has no anti-air. So me going for Frostworms, I think, is really the angle. That's why you saw me tier 4. I also dropped the Witch Doctor for the healing ward. It literally cannot be bad, right? So I also see that the Dark Ranger is sucking me off pretty much all the time. So I think I should go for an Amulet of Spell Shields to keep my BladeMaster alive. But yeah, that healing ward is huge. Mirror Images are really good to just take a little bit of... Well, it takes time for my opponent to handle them. And Fairies are also phenomenal because Blue has only casters. He has Shaman, Priests, right? So it basically has full-on only casters. So that Fairy value is so high. So you see on small little things like this, my Frostworm for some reason is still alive. That's insanely good for me, but it's probably gonna get one-shotted here by the mass archers. But you see how problematic this could be if I start queuing up a shit ton of these. Honestly, I think I'm just gonna do that. There's nothing else I could really put my gold into that will be worth it for me. So I think me stack... Ooh, I should have probably aggroed this a little bit better. Is it gonna take in... Okay, so I mean, Obsidian Statue almost stayed alive there, would have been huge. So I don't know if these guys greeted. I'm not too sure what's the situation. But again, these guys have constantly more gold from us. So it's very easy to play from their perspective because they probably have an additional gold mine. Let me just get a... Whew. Got it just in time. That's huge for me. So... more bears would be good for me. Yeah, if this guy's building more bears, that would be really solid. As you see, Shamans, Priests, so Fairy is good. I could even drop an additional one. That'd be massive. Again, no anti-air whatsoever. So I don't know how Blue is planning on taking me down, but this is going to be very tough. So I'm going for crits, Mirror Images. Basically, Mirror Images take a little bit more damage and also deal less damage. So it's an additional... small hero, you could say, to just tank for my my back line. The thing is, I'm wondering when are these guys going to consider going for anti-air, because okay, I mean, this guy has basically TC with Orb of Fire. It's definitely not going to be enough early, but look at this, they're starting to stack, right? So I'm very confused on what is going to be their response, because if they don't respond to this shortly, I'm going to have so many on the map, it's going to become almost impossible for them to handle it. I could basically just do Frostworms and that's it. That's all I'm going to be building next. There's no reason for me to build anything else, to be honest. And yeah, I'm going to be hoping for the best, crossing my fingers and hoping that my Frostworms pull through here, because this is the only way we're ever going to win this game, dude. So yeah, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Air is the way. You know what? On second thought, I just thought of something very important here. Yes, Frostworms are good, but what if we mass the shit out of Hippo Riders, right? Okay, he was hiding siege engines. That makes total sense. Now that kind of makes sense. So at this point, I was concerned. I was wondering why these guys weren't answering. I guess he waited a little bit longer just for me to really commit to air. The thing is, it's going to take him a while until he reaches a point where it makes sense, or he's able to actually handle my air, because for the moment, a couple of tanks won't do the job. As you see, I'm doing a pretty good job versus him, but yeah, Orange should be able to handle it. Okay, he actually has Hippogriffs and Frostworms. Interesting. Yeah, so I think these guys have pretty good responses, but just the fact that they've been controlling middle for so long, it's just like they have the hero advantage, right? They keep freaking stacking, so it's just so easy, man, for them. But we got an Infernal. Maybe there's a chance. Just Starfall versus Infernal. I mean, this guy wins for sure, right? It's so close, bro. We got a really solid game on our hands, to be honest. I'm very happy about this one, honestly. I didn't expect this game to be this good. So yeah, I'm very happy about this. We could even drop a couple of these abominations. I think a combination between me getting fairies and a bombs would be good. Because I need to solidify my front line. I think solidifying my front line just allows me to keep my hippos and frostworms alive. I think that's not too bad. So what I'm going to be doing is dropping 2 witch doctors, right, with the proper upgrade. And essentially I'm untoggling the status traps because I want more mana for healing ward only. Everyone's pretty much a 1-1 upgrade. These guys are level 6. My BladeMaster is still level 4, which is a little bit unfortunate, but hey, it is what it is. Siege engines doing decent. I got healing ward, which is also healing all the damage taken. Level 5. That's not too bad. I'm really hoping that I get enough for Bladestorm. Wouldn't that be crazy to unlock Bladestorm and do a shit ton of damage to all these units? I'm just wondering the impact that Bladestorm would have versus these units. Bro, this is so nice. This is really good. I think just going for a couple more hippos is going to be the play. As you see, they're still alive. So this is really good for me. I think dropping a couple more. And also, by the way, guys, the reason why I transitioned to hippos is very straightforward. Is because I also have archers. Since I've already invested gold into improved bows, plus their additional damage upgrade, right? There's no reason for me to not continue on that vein because it allows me to use that initial investment that I did for the archers to really benefit the hippo riders as well. So that's why I decided to do that. They just have a sick army, man. It's crazy. They have a really, really good army. Like a shit ton of casters, siege engines, mountain giants to tank. Like they just have literally the lot. They have everything they would ever want and more. This guy had charmed a frostworm. That's so rough. So yeah, it's a very difficult matchup. Let's just say that. But no matter what, we're gonna try our best to put up a fight. But yeah, it's too tough, man. These guys have been stacking their heroes constantly. So for us to take a win here is gonna require literally a freaking miracle. Look at all these freaking tanks, man. It's so dumb, bro. They have so many freaking tanks. I should consider going for a couple ballistas, to be honest. Because blue does have a decent amount of tanks, but I don't know if it's enough. Because I think this guy's fully committing to that. I could technically just go for, I mean, ground units for the moment. I'm so close to level 6. It's so unfortunate that I might not unlock it this game. But I'm hoping that at least we put up a decent fight. What am I didn't really consider getting like AoE Dispel. I think that's probably one of my mistakes this game. Going for, I do want to build one more fairy and just, I don't know, just a bombs, I guess. I think a bombs is going to be the play and dropping a couple more hippos because I need DPS. The objective, the win condition in this game is just as much DPS as possible, right? Because what else? Do I go for necros? Like necros with, I think necros at this point is pretty much useless. I think upgrades is probably going to be the angle. Because all of these backline units, these casters will take so much damage from my hippos, right? We got a hero stack, which I'm impressed. I wasn't expecting to get a hero stack. I should probably move forward, by the way. I think that would have been important, so I'm going to be doing that. But I kind of want to see this fight and see what's happening here. Because again, these guys are in a massive hero stack. Hopefully we get a BladeMaster level 6. Is that a world where we live in? Come on, man. Come on, let's go. Look at that ultimate. Oh, that's a decent amount of damage. It could have been a little bit better, but listen, we'll take it. That's actually decent. Wait, that was good. That was huge. We got a decent amount of kills, but these guys are going to be stacking. That's blue, purple stacked together. That's not good, man. I think I needed an upgrade. Maybe I should have went for a quick upgrade there. Yeah. Let's get an armor upgrade just in time. We got freaking Bladestorm at the literally wrong area. Hitting like 2 fucking units. Oh, man. But at least we got Paladin. Paladin is good with the Devotion Aura and the mix. Let's actually add a Divine Shield because I need to keep this bad boy alive. It's so important that I pretty much have this armor upgrade for everyone. So this guy has Tranquility. That's really good for him. Paladin's going to stay alive for a little bit, which I'm happy about. Maybe I should toggle on and off this Bladestorm, I'm thinking. But still, I feel like I'm doing okay. This guy's really heavily committing to Siege Engine and 3 damage upgrade with Tranquility. I mean, this is what I mean about Keeper of the Grove. Z held me in, and we go back and forth saying that Keeper of the Grove is garbage. Technically, his stats says that he's a garbage hero, but I honestly think he's an S tier hero. But who knows? Maybe I'm wrong. You guys let me know down in the comments. What do you guys think about him? I feel like he's really, really broken. Maybe it's just a scenario that he's playing versus me, and I'm just bad at the game, apparently. It's possibly the case, too. I'm thinking here if I should be going for a couple glaives. Start, I think, adding one or two wouldn't be too bad. But I need more DPS. So more DPS is a combination of glaive throwers and honestly, Epos. Is glaive throwers a play? I'm really trying to think here. I honestly don't see too much like siege on the side of this guy, right? So is it worth it for me to go for, I think, fairies? Because there's so many casters in the mix. Necros, Bloodlust, Priest, that's a lot of them. So I think getting fairies is probably a lot more value. Okay, let's use our... I need to basically... Do I have a level here? No, I do not. Crit level 3, that's huge. I don't know if there's diminishing return, by the way. Or a level 2, which is solid. Let's keep healing. Not bad, not bad. But we got a massive stack. What's cool about this is the mountain giants are getting stuck in the back. Which I guess that's the reason why we might be surviving here. The MGs are not tanking for the tanks, which is a massive blunder. But the heroes keep stacking, man. That's the problem. We're always on the back foot. It's so close. These fights are so close, but I think honestly, I think they take the win here. It was a really close fight, but I think they barely win here. GG. Man, that was a really nice game, honestly. Ah, dude, I wish we could have fought a little bit longer, but to be honest, was the gold mine the problem here? You guys think? We don't always win, you know? It's part of the game, but I'm wondering if it really was the play. The problem was the... Was it the greed that lost us this game? Yeah, I think so. GG. Let's check the screen. I'm kind of curious to see if there's a massive difference in DPS and all that stuff. Because I'm honestly confused. So we honestly did okay. Okay, I think I performed the lowest. So I got 11k. Both my teammates got 12k because I was fighting blue all the time. Either way, it was a pretty solid showcase. You guys let me know down in the comments what do you think about this game, what I could have done better. Probably a better draft was the angle, getting some AoE dispel, but you never freaking know. I fought dreads. Man, I guess I should have went for like obsidian statues or any sort of like tier 2 dispel because I think that's what really lost me the game there. Either way, I hope you guys did enjoy this game. Unfortunately, we don't win them all. Sometimes you lose a couple, and it is what it is. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching.